What's going on, Beamer fans? Welcome back to Beamer Review. For today's video, we're going to be pointing out 15 different hidden features you could find in BMW electric vehicles. If this is your first time tuning into this channel, what we do here is teach you every little thing there is to know about BMW features. If you yourself have a BMW or plan on getting one and you want to learn everything there is to know about these vehicles, do yourself a favor, subscribe to the channel. We put out content every single week. Now let's get started. So if you do not already know, BMW electric vehicles are jam-packed with all different kinds of features. There are 15 different ones that I looked into that I definitely wanted to point out and bring out to the light, because not only can these features help you increase the range of your BMW, many of these features would speed up charging times, and a lot of them are just best practices that you should be doing throughout the course of your ownership. So the first one we definitely have to go over is BMW's one pedal driving, which is also known as the B mode, which is listed way down here. If you're in drive, as you can see right there, if you go down one more time, you're going to be in that B mode, which is BMW's, again, one pedal driving. And so what that is if you're driving in that B mode, you could obviously accelerate your BMW by pressing on the accelerator. But the other really cool thing is that once you let off the accelerator, you could gently come to a stop. And then so what that means is as long as the conditions are met and quite safe and not too aggressive, you could basically operate your whole entire vehicle with just that one pedal in terms of accelerating and braking. The way that it works in terms of decelerating is that whenever you are using it, if you gently let off of it, not immediately, but gradually let off of the accelerator, your BMW would come to a nice stop. Keep in mind, if you are using that B mode, you do not want to quickly let go of the accelerator, because if you do that, the vehicle will jerk to a stop. And that's completely fine, but it will kind of surprise you and just be a little bit less smooth. The way you want to be using it is you just want to gently come to a stop by just gently letting off the accelerator. The other one I definitely wanted to mention was energy recovery ND. So a lot of people don't know about this one, but if you are somebody who does not like using the B mode, that's completely fine. But if you did want a more smooth feel whenever your BMW EV is coasting, there is a way that you can make it more smooth, and that is going to be through the settings here. If you go into settings, if you go into driving settings right over here, and then you want to click on drivetrain and chassis, and then if you just needed a quick brief explanation as to what it is, you're going to see that right over here whenever you're letting off the accelerator. But to make adjustments to it, you do want to click on energy recovery ND, and then once you are there, you're going to see adaptive, which again is the standard mode, I guess you could say. But if you wanted smoother stop or less jerking braking feeling whenever you're letting off the accelerator, you could put this on low, and then what that will do is give you some low braking whenever you are lifting off the accelerator. But if you don't mind the more jerky feeling, or if you simply just wanted more energy recovery, you can actually be on high, and that will increase the energy recovery. But again, most people, they leave this on adaptive or either low, as mentioned right down here. Our next one is going to be the use of BMW maps. So if I were somebody who had a EV, what I would do on a long trip is actually use the BMW maps. And I'll tell you exactly why. If you go into the BMW maps right over here, it looks like any other BMW map that you would see in any of the other BMWs. But one of the cool hidden functions with it is, say for example, if you were going to go take a trip or a long trip to New York, you could actually plug in the navigation. And then the really cool thing about it is that along the way, it will actually point out the charging stations that you could stop at. So let's just say if I go into search here, I'm going to type in New York. Let's see if it pops up right over there. I'm going to click on that. And then you can see that my vehicle that we're sitting in is actually fully charged, and it could actually make the whole entire trip. So bad example there. But say for example, you're driving along the way and then you didn't have enough charge. Your BMW map would actually take into account that your percentage is going to be very, very low. And then it will do the hard work for you and just find a charging station right around here. What's really cool about it is that it actually knows exactly what your charge is going to be as soon as you get to your destination. There are many different things to consider about this GPS, because there are more different settings with it. Say for example, if I go into settings, I can go into settings right there. You can also do a couple things like choose your charging route. You can choose your route criteria if you needed to. A big one you should definitely look into is charging route. So when you go into charging route, you could actually select your preferred operators once you have your BMW linked up to the BMW app. If you go into set battery charge status right over here, you could actually make adjustments to what you want your charge to be whenever you arrive at the charging station, or what you want your charge to be whenever you arrive at your destination. So quick example, if I got to New York, but I wanted to make sure that whenever I got there, I want my BMW to still have about 20% charge, then that is the function to kind of control that. So now when I get to New York, my BMW will make sure that it has 20% charge. And then so what that means is if I have to charge along the way to make sure that I still arrive with a 20% charge, then it will go ahead and find me a charging station that will lead to me having that. So that is a really cool function. The other really cool one too that is definitely worth mentioning is that the BMW GPS can also precondition the battery before you arrive to the station. So say for example, if you tell your BMW that if you navigate in your BMW to a level 3 charger, your BMW is so smart that before you even arrive to it, it will go ahead and do the task of preconditioning the battery so that you can get a super quick level 3 charge. If you don't use the BMW map, and then if you just get there using, say for example, something in Apple Maps, that's not going to be the case. If you were to do that, you'd have to manually precondition the battery. So I personally would definitely use the BMW maps to do all your navigating whenever you are getting to a charging station. While we're mentioning preconditioning and all, let's go ahead and go into the charging settings, which is right over here. So one huge thing to mention about charging target, you can see that right now this vehicle's battery is charged to 100%. But on a day-to-day basis, whenever you're just doing your typical commutes, not doing your long trips, you typically want to keep this at 80%. You can actually see that there was a notification saying the same thing as well. For my PHEV vehicles, may also be recommended for your plug-in hybrids to be set to 80%. It's a 50-50 thing. Again, you can always just revert to your manual and in regards to that. But 80% is going to be a really good sweet spot. As long as you keep your range between, say, 20% to 80%, you're going to be in a good, healthy range for the battery. And that particular range is going to be the range that can quickly charge on a level 3 as well. I believe at the making of this video, you can get a quick 20% to 80% in around 35 minutes or so, depending on the BMW. But keep in mind, if you're trying to charge from 80% to 100, the BMW will not accept the full charge. It will charge a bit more slow to make sure it doesn't hurt the battery. Your iPhones and Androids also do this as well to maintain the protection of the battery. So if you were to charge from 80% to 100, that would be another half hour to just charge that 20%. So that's just another reason why it makes sense to just charge up to 80% so that you can be well on your way and not only preserve the life of the battery, but also make best use of your time. Where it says preconditioned battery, so if you are somebody who does not really use the BMW maps at all, it is also still recommended that you precondition the battery before you do level 3 charge. There is a particular temperature that the battery needs to be at to accept the full speed of the level 3 charger. I want to say that that's around 85 degrees. So if it's colder than that, the BMW will need to spend time to heat it up to that 85 degrees to accept the charge, and vice versa. Also, if it's too hot, the BMW will need to cool down the battery in order to accept the charge. So this is why they have this function. You can also set this up as a shortcut, which is what I would do by clicking and holding, and then you can add shortcut, but that's what I would do with this guy here. I'd say you want to roughly do it 20 to 30 minutes before you get to the charging station again, but if you use the BMW maps, you don't have to do that. This next one right here, which is called plug and charge, a lot of the newer EVs have this. It's really, really cool. For this portion here, it's actually mainly going to be set up in the BMW app. You're going to be on the home page of your BMW app, and then you're going to go down to the middle or so. You're going to see a big blue box where you can set up accounts with different providers for charging, such as Electrify America. You're going to see Shell Recharge as well. So what that is once you set up your accounts, this plug and charge feature works really well, because once you just go to the next charging station, if it's a provider that already has your account now, all you got to do is just plug in the charger to the car, and then it will automatically recognize your account and then your credit card. So it just saves a additional step at the charging station. So you can just plug, charge, and then whenever you're done, you can just pull out and then be on your way. Another one is going to be AC limits. So for my people who charge on level 1, if you are somebody who doesn't drive a lot, or if you have a hybrid vehicle, definitely pay attention to AC limit. Again, if you're charging on level 1. AC limit, in my opinion, the way that I like to describe it, is how much power or energy the car draws from your house. So If your breaker, say for example, is 20 amps, you want to set this limit to say 20 amps right there. If your outlet at home or your power at home can support more than that, say up to 40 amps, you could do 40 if you like. But keep in mind that if you are on a circuit that only does 20 amps, but then you have this set up so that is pulling 48 amps, what's going to happen is that your breaker at home most likely will trip. So this is what you need to watch out for if you're charging on level 1. Just know how many amps your circuit has, and then you can start off low and then we just work your way up. But definitely do your research there. Another one is going to be departure plan. So precondition your battery before you get into the car ready to go is also a big one. So say for example, if I'm somebody who's going to be going to work at 6 a.m., I could set up a departure plan so that my vehicle starts to heat up the car whenever it's around 5:30 a.m. And then so what that will do is that because the vehicle is already going to be plugged in, it's going to be more efficient and then save the battery of the car and rely more on the power that is coming in through the wall or the house to heat up the car, cool off the car. And then so that will help preserve the range of your BMW because you're not relying on the actual battery itself to heat up the car or cool up the car. So by setting up a departure plan for your usual schedules, it may be something that I would definitely consider doing. You keep in mind, you can also do it through the BMW app. If you hit climatize on the front page of the BMW app, that's also another way to do it. And then another big one that I like to point out is charge mode or charging mode right here. So this one's a big one. If you are somebody who charges your car at home, which is pretty much 90% of people, you could set up a time slot as to when you want your BMW to be charging. So a big one with this is that if you try to charge it throughout the day, where the grid around your whole neighborhood is also using a ton of electricity, then you're going to get a bigger electricity bill if you try to charge the car during the day when, again, things are really active and lights are on and all that. But if you set up your time slot for charging in the middle of the night, say for example 12 a.m. to 6 a.m., the benefit of that is that you're going to get a lower electricity bill because you're charging your BMW at a time where there's not much other electricity being used. So in order to activate that, you just need to set up your departure plan, and then you can go into here and then set up your time slot to say, for example, be 12 a.m. to 6 a.m., 12 a.m. to 8 a.m., so on and so forth. Another big one that I do like to mention is the use of Qmerit. If you are somebody who is completely new to BMW EV and then you're trying to get a technician or somebody certified with BMW to come to your house and then either install a BMW Wallbox or even a proper outlet for the flexible fast charger, a big company or website you should definitely check out is going to be Qmerit. So Qmerit is a big brand. They are strong partners with BMW. So if you wanted to go the official route, definitely check out Qmerit. I would highly recommend this if you were somebody who's trying to set up the BMW Wallbox, because the BMW Wallbox does have specific dip switches that need to be in the correct order. So they may be a little bit different. Also, for some BMW EVs, you may just want to try this out, but if you were to triple click on your key fob right over here where it says the lock, where it has the lock 1, 2, 3, there could be a good chance that could be a precondition mode, which could be used to heat up the car, cool down the car. It was a bit of a newer feature that they had introduced from what I've seen, but I would try to give that a shot to see if it works for you as well. So the way that you do that is just triple click on the lock 1, 2, 3. It may do preconditioning for some BMWs. Also quick shameless plug, we do have really cool BMW compatible key fob covers. Many BMWs these days are just coming with one key. These keys are $900 to $1,000, so whatever you do, don't drop them. What I would do is get a protective BMW compatible key fob cover from our links right down below. We do ship all across the United States. We've sold over 500 of these and we're about to sell out now for the 6th time, so definitely take advantage of that. The links are right down below. You're going to see some pictures there. One last thing to mention in the charging settings is going to be this unlock charging cable. So quick note here, if you are somebody who's charging your BMW, by default your charger is going to be stuck into the car, and if you're hogging up a space or you're hogging the charger, you could be charged a small fee at your charging station depending on the one that you go to. There's also a note here listed in regards to that. Additional costs may apply when restarting the charging process. So one of the things you could do is you could actually set it so that whenever your BMW is done charging, that the charger or the cord back there would unlock itself so that somebody else could use it. So the way you do that is you just want to check on this guy right over here. So if you do that, you can actually read it right there. You can unlock the AC charging cable at the end of charging. So that one may be quite useful to do if you are if you are just somebody who's not trying to hog the charger. And lastly, one of the really cool features that I found for my BMWs that have the driver's assistant professional, self-driving, adaptive cruise control functions here is that whenever you are coming to a stop, because you have this package here, you do have a radar system that is in the front there. So whenever you are coming to a stop, if there's a vehicle in front of you, it will actually adjust the adaptive brake regen feel all by itself, which is really, really cool. A lot of people don't really know about that one, but yeah. If the vehicle senses all by itself that the vehicle in front of you is coming to a really sharp stop, then your brake regen will increase in aggressiveness. And then you can definitely feel that feature whenever you're driving in the B mode. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is what I got for today. If you all had any questions, or if you wanted to go ahead and add your own tips to the comments right down below, feel free to. There's so many different functions in BMW EVs. I may just do a course on BMW EVs all by themselves, but feel free to point out some of the things that I may have missed in the comments right down below. Also, don't forget to check out those BMW compatible key fob covers. Links for those right down below. Subscribe to the channel. We put out content every single week. Thank you for watching. I will see you all for the next one.